Hello, everybody. Anybody that tunes in. This is my first live stream since Halloween a couple days ago. I wish it was on Gladder Tidings, but some of it isn't going to be. As you saw in the title and also the description box. Tomorrow, I foresee another argument happening between me and Krist because he doesn't know that I'm going to tell him no. And I've already written in the description why and what I'm telling him no about. I've been with this man for 16 years. And it may hold true that some couples do this type of thing for each other, but I'm not one of those people. I'm not doing it to be a bitch. I'm doing it because I'm standing up for my rights, which I think he is violating by asking and expecting me to pay for something that's his responsibility to pay, not mine. And it's going to turn into an argument. I already know. But I also equally know that it is up to me to stand up for my rights. And part of doing that is sometimes pissing off your boyfriend or girlfriend in doing so if you feel that they are asking something that is unfair of you. I have never asked him for money for anything. I've never asked him to pay towards any of my credit card debt. I've been doing that completely on my own. I just canceled all 3 of my credit cards that I had recently. But because he says so, I'm not allowed to pay on any of my credit cards until next month now, because he wants to set up a payment plan with all 3 of them, which I get that. I understand it. I appreciate it. But the main reason he's doing that is because now when he gets his statement tomorrow that he's waiting on from Merrick, it's going to say how much they're expecting him to pay that he now expects me to pay out of my savings that I'm struggling to not bother and not touch for any reason unless I feel that it is an allowable reason. My point being, when you are together with somebody, before you really get, seriously involved or any significant amount of time has passed where you have, you've been with this person a while, or even if it's only been, a few days, few weeks, few months, don't matter. You have to stand up for your rights. You have to be able to lay the ground rules. Don't be afraid to do so, but don't exclude them either. Be able to sit down as 2 people should. If you truly do feel something for each other and you truly do love each other, you should be able to sit down and discuss, like triggers that both of you may have. So like if your other half says certain things a certain way or does certain things a certain way that could trigger you, then maybe you could sit down and say, okay, if this happens or this problem arises, please don't say this or don't put things in this way, this format. Let's find a way that we can be okay with, to be able to resolve, towards resolving this situation. Because if you can't do that, then stop it right then. Stop it right then and there, because if at least one of you, or both of you, even better, both of you are not willing to sit down and do that, like put boundaries in place. Okay. Are you going to be in an open relationship? Are you going to be in a what they call a poly relationship, where you have more than one partner? You both have to sit down and discuss that. You have to make sure that you are both okay with something like that up here and in here. Because if even one of you is not okay with it up here or in here, don't do it. Don't do it. Trust me. Because even though I've been with the same guy for 16 years, he was in a relationship in his past before him and I got together, that he's been with people that are like that. And when him and I got together, I told him flat out, I am not like that. So don't ever expect that. Don't ever ask that of me, because you won't get it. If that's the kind of lifestyle you want, then you don't want to be with me, because I'm not like that. I am not okay with that. When I'm with the person, I'm with that person and that person only. I'm completely, totally, 100% monogamous. I don't do open relationships. I don't do relationships. No. And if you can't sit down and you can't talk things out, then you shouldn't be together. It's never going to work, because then you're going to develop negative feelings towards each other. You're going to develop resentments, because one of you is going to feel like you're not being heard, you're not being acknowledged, you're not being accepted, you're not being understood. They're not taking your feelings into consideration, and maybe they feel the same. Maybe they feel like, they're not being, taken into consideration. You feel like you're not being taken into consideration. There's more to a relationship than just being good in bed together. Okay. If that is like the strong point in the relationship, then, and this is strictly my opinion. Okay. This is just the way I roll. Then it's not a relationship. It is what we call a bed buddy, or friends with benefits, or, stuff like that. I don't do that. I don't believe in it. I know a lot of people out there do. And if that's your thing and that's your partner's thing and you guys are okay with it, go for it. As long as you harm none, including yourself, do what you will. Okay. But if it's going to hurt somebody else, don't do it, because it's not fair to that person. You got to think about the other people that are going to be affected by this. Don't be selfish and self-centered, and think that, well, it's got to be my way or the highway. Don't have that attitude, because if you do, you're never going to be able to be happy and in a loving relationship like ever in your entire life. Don't be shallow. Don't be a jerk towards each other. Don't cheat on each other. Don't do any of that crap, because in the end, it's so not worth it. I know, I speak from experience. I have certainly had it done to me countless times, and no good comes of it. That's about as vague as I can be about it, without getting too personal, because this is a public live stream. Now, some of you, may think, oh, this is boring, I'm not going to watch this. Okay, fine, then don't watch it. I'm not here to entertain you. I do try to make my content interesting, but I'm not here to entertain you. I'm not getting paid. I'm just for any of this, because I've got like a handful of followers. That's it. And I don't ever hope to achieve anywhere near the amount that I would have to have money donations anyway, because you have to have 1,000+ followers. I only have 17. So that's nowhere even a fraction towards that amount. And I don't expect it ever will be. I'm just trying to share my life experiences with others in the hopes that I can keep someone from traversing down a path that is going to end badly, because somebody's going to get hurt. Whether they choose to listen to that advice or don't, that's totally up to them. I'm not saying you have to do it because I say so at all. I'm just saying I know what that pain is like. And you better know what you're doing before you get into it, because once you walk through that door, you can't walk back out. Okay. I have, my life has been an endless stream of failed relationships, and this one is no exception. Just because we've been together that long, and he has certainly been the one that's been with me the longest, doesn't mean it's candy and roses and romantic nights and, true loving, understanding relationship worth being in. And because far too many times it feels like it's not worth being in. But at the same time, I know that I'm stuck with him until he dies. And once he does pass on and his time comes, I'm probably never going to date again, because the pain is just too great. I don't have the skills required to be in a successful relationship, because I've never been taught any. And yeah, you can go out and you can read books on it. You can try to get, develop some type of a sense of how to be in a successful relationship. And some of how to be successful is don't lie to each other. Try to be as open as you can reasonably. I mean, obviously you may have secrets you just don't want to share with them for whatever reason. Don't cheat on each other. And if things can't be outside the bedroom, like if that's all you like to do is sleep together and do the naughty, then you shouldn't be together. I mean, somebody's going to get hurt. But again, that's just entirely my opinion. If that's what you're into, then okay, go ahead and do it. But somebody's going to be hurt. Somebody's going to pay for it later. And I'm trying to save as many heartaches from happening as I can. I am not happy in my relationship. So a lot of you out there might say, well, why don't you just break up? Well, I've tried several times. But he always comes back. He always finds a way to either trick himself back in the door. He's even used one of my children against me to do that. And I'm still upset with him over that. And that was years ago. And I can't, as shallow as this may sound, it's also realistic. I can't afford to live on my own financially. Or I would have been long gone a long time ago. But I'm stuck in the situation. I'm just trying to take the lemons that are being dealt to me because I choose to stay in this situation, and I'm trying to make lemonade with it. I'm trying to make as many positives out of the situation as I can, but I can't always make positives out of the situation. Relationships are hard. It is an investment. It can either make you or break you. All the bad experiences I've had, I've had like an equal share of both. I've had some that have made me better, made me stronger. I've learned a lot. I've learned to not repeat mistakes that caused me to get in bad situations with others. And then there's some good, that has happened too. There's a decent amount of good that's happened with different ones. But when you're young, you tend to take a view of the world totally different than when you're like me and you're of the age and have the experience under your belt that I do, that has caused me more heartache than love and happiness and joy and, oh, this is the right one and I'm just so happy I can't stand it. I will probably never be able to realistically speak those words. Falling in love is easy. Staying in love, that's the trick. That's the challenge. And it takes both people. And when you're young, it's very easy to fall in love, or what you think to be love. But then it turns out that you're not in love. You're just using each other because you're good in bed together. That's nothing. That's completely hormonal. That's not a relationship. That's just a good time, And again, if that's what you're into, then go for it. If not, get out of it, because somebody's going to get hurt. And I know I keep repeating myself, but I see so much of it going on in the world. I see so much heartbreak, so much heartache, so much, how many people have committed suicide over these very things. And look at all the life that they are now missing out on, all the good that could have happened in their lives if they would have been smarter and walked away. And really evaluated, okay, is this a good idea to get into? Am I really ready for a relationship? And when you're young, it's tough. When you're older, I mean, if you are, you've been in a relationship as long as I have, and you managed to overcome the hurdles, good for you. I will be the first one to say, hey, cool. I'm happy for you. But I've got like roughly around 30 minutes or so, supposedly, and it's like 10 till 7 now. So I don't know how many more minutes of that I have, because he's at another Kroger store because he's trying to get one of his meds that our Kroger store that we're closest to ran out of. But enough negative talk. I mean, I know I don't look the same with my, fun tattoos on my face and all this and that, but that was for Halloween. And believe me, I probably won't do those tattoos again, because as cool as they look, they were a pain in the ASS to get off. Some of the common, I dropped my mouse, so I had to bend down to get it. Some of the common things that I tend to do on here, I try to make, remember to do each time I get on here, is I will read the daily spell from this book. If you ever want to find it, it's called Spell a Day, Lead a Charmed Life All Year Long. The author is, actually, it doesn't say. Let me see, does it say inside? No, it doesn't. So apparently this was like a group effort where like a bunch of different witches, put together this book. Okay, November 3rd. Let's do some positive. Kim's spell, Kim '. Remember that cat spell in the old Kim Novak and Jimmy Stewart movie, Bell, Book, and Candle. Yes, I have that movie. I've seen it. It really works. To begin, light a candle or start a fire in the fireplace. Relax with your favorite pet, petting and talking as you do. Then, humming a tune which has magical meaning to you. Affix your eyes with your pets. With your mind, send forth to your pet the image of the things you truly and honestly desire. The subconscious of your little friend will amplify and send forth your will and desire all the stronger. Afterwards, pet and cuddle your animal friend and offer some food. Now, before you decide to do this, I always try to also caution people. You better think seriously before you do this, because never ask for a specific person, especially if that person is already taken, if they're already with somebody else or whatever. Don't do it. I speak from experience. It will blow up in your face every time. You may end up with that person, but you will end up in a situation that you will regret for the rest of your life and may not survive it, because that person can turn out to be extremely dangerous or become so obsessed with you. They get abusive and violent. The goddess of the day is the 3 Cadlu sisters. This is Inuit Autumn Festival in Alaska. Themes: summer, winter, weather, and banishing. Symbols: lightning and thunder. About the 3 Cadlu sisters. Among the Inuit and several other northern tribes, these divine sisters rule the weather. So watch today's ritual closely to see what winter will be like. Children's stories claim that when the goddesses play together They make thunder and lightning. To do today. Around this time of year, people in Alaska have a playful tug of war between winter and summer. Those born in winter take winter's side. Those born in summer stand opposite. If the summer side wins, winter will be mild and goodness will prevail. This activity is fun for children, and it reinforces the idea of seasonal cycles. Place a ribbon in the middle of the tug rope with the name of these sisters painted upon it. When the game is over, see which side the goddess landed upon to know what the weather will be like. If it rains today, it's a sign of the goddesses playing together, so get outside and join them, even if cold weather keeps this brief. Thunder on your right tells of better days ahead. Thunder on your left warns that caution is prudent. Lightning stretching across the sky symbolizes your ability to likewise stretch and grow. Lightning in front of you represents your ability to go forward boldly with your plans, knowing these goddesses light your way. Okay, so that one seems like, it should be, relatively safe, go out, play, and have some fun, with with the goddesses of the day, the Cadlu sisters. And what I usually try to do is I will light a candle in their honor and say, hail and welcome to the Cadlu sisters. And I've already got a candle lit over here, so I'm going to walk over here a minute to light an incense to put with the candle to also honor them and let them know that they are welcome in my home. So Cadlu sisters come and play. Even though I don't feel like going outside, I was outside plenty today. Help tomorrow to be a gentle understanding that does not end in an argument. When I tell Krist no to paying on his credit card. And my reason why. I'm not so prideful that I can't admit to anybody watching. You're probably wondering, why am I spraying my couch with scented stuff? Well, I have bed bugs and roaches really badly. So I have to spray every so often to keep them from eating me alive, which if I don't do that same very thing at night when I go to bed, then they eat me alive. So they don't like scented stuff. So I have to keep where I'm sitting or where I'm laying down for the night to sleep. I have to keep sprayed constantly with scented stuff to get them to leave me alone so I can, not be bit and fed upon all the time. These cards, in my opinion, are probably about the most generic that you can get. They are not tarot cards. They are simply affirmations. Anybody can do them. You're not practicing witchcraft, okay? These are just positive affirmations that you can do every day. And I try to do at least one of these a day when I come on, when I do a live stream. This is part of my random stuff that I've spoke of that I do. What is my affirmation for today? And they say you're supposed to say it out loud, because that helps to manifest it, I guess is a good way to say that. Authenticity. Authenticity is the name of the game. Whatever comes up, I will feel it. Whatever needs to be said, I will say it. This would be good for me for tomorrow. Whoever doesn't get it doesn't have to get it, but at least they know it because I've said it. And that's way better than leaving a passive aggressive note about it, because I actually was thinking about writing him a note now just to have some fun For anybody that's watching now and anybody that watches this after I have signed off and ended this live stream tonight, let's see how many people this affirmation can be for. Divine timing. Divine timing. So, however many of you come on now or watch this later, let me know if this card today makes sense to you in any way or someone you know, and it drops your jaw. Leave me a comment in the comment section, and I'll try to figure out. I'm still trying to figure out how to look up my comments because I don't have the computer skills that a lot of people do. Yeah, I can do my live streams, but as far as the editing in the studio, that's a whole nother matter. There's a lot of stuff I don't even know how to do. Okay, everything is timing, and timing is everything. And repeat after me. Just see how this fits, how many people it fits on this day. Gladly, I release my concern over timing and let things happen when and as they will. I trust that the divine schedule makers know what they're doing. It can take a long time to reach divine middle management. Just for fun, see how many people this resonates with and how many people go, how does she do that? Let me know. That's what I like about the affirmation cards, because they're, like I said, they're not tarot cards. They're just positive statements you can make and go by throughout the day, Next is the Green Oracle. Also not tarot. It might look like it, but it's not. Because I know not everybody's okay with tarot. Some of them out there are so closed-minded and full of fear. They're like, oh, no, that's tarot cards. That's evil. That's wrong. No, it's not. It's only evil and wrong if you use it that way. And I don't. I'm one of the good guys for crimini's sake. And I always tap the deck 3 times to wake it up and also to help the cards be in the right place so that whatever card I pick, that is the card for me on that particular day. What is my message from the Green Oracle today? Sustainability. See? Not tarot. Do you see any tarot symbols there? No. It's a couple of people in the market. That's it. Sustainability. And that is card 30. The product of ecology, economics, and culture. The happy and colorful street of a traditional market selling fruits and vegetables. See, not tarot. The concept of sustainability is a fascinating one, but a difficult one. It is about the interaction of ecology, economics, and culture, and about the role that humans and human society can have in the world. Like in a relationship between 2 humans, there is never a clear solution. Either the couple wins or the couple, as a couple, loses. I'm going through that right now, so it makes perfect sense to me. It's the same with sustainability. Human culture and economics are not necessarily enemies to nature, but it may be difficult and require a lot of hard work to make them be together. Some things are complex. If you make them simple, you ruin them. You cannot see one aspect of the problem, ignoring the others. Right and wrong sometimes are just useless. It can be difficult to find balance, but it is possible. Greed is the enemy of harmony. See? Not tarot. Do I have tarot decks? Sure, got plenty of them. I'm a real witch. Get used to it. If you're not into that thing, or you're one of the fearful ones, or you're closed-minded about it, or whatever, then that's okay. Don't come to my channel because I'm a witch, and I'm not going to not talk about witchy stuff to make somebody comfortable. Okay? I'm just not. But I can at least say thank you for at least checking out my channel, you know? I know that it's not going to be for everybody. I don't expect it to be. What does the Green Oracle have to say for anybody that watches this today or in the future? Doing better. And that's card number 5. Every day, something more, even if only a little. A man wakes up with the sun, opens his arms with a sunflower at his side. What about the need for energy, light, enthusiasm, trust, and hope? Beginnings shape every journey, and our attitude in the morning is enough to shape the day. Belief, not in something as high and divine, but simply in the fact that today will be a beautiful day, will create wonder, and it will actually change things. Things in the evening was scary and seemed impossible, will feel within our reach on a bright morning. Catch the day, but it also means put all of this good energy to use so that it will bear fruit and return more energy and brightness tomorrow. When light comes, it's time to do. And when darkness comes, it's time to rest. Start with the right attitude. Every day, take one more step. Trust the good things. You know, kind of be thankful for every blessing every day. You know, be thankful for, you know, that person that just received a miracle for the day, or, you know, got some unexpected good news, or they got a raise at work, or, you know, think about others and their happiness and be grateful. Do things selflessly, and you would be amazed at how many beautiful things will come your way. Don't be afraid to pick up a book on witchcraft and read it if you really are curious what it's all about. That doesn't mean that you're practicing it. That doesn't mean you're signing up for it. You're simply reading a book to have a better understanding of what it is, what it's all about, so you can judge for yourself if it's evil or if it's not. And again, I will stand by this now, and I will stand by this forever. It's only evil if it is used that way. I do not use it that way. I use it to help people. I use it to do good, and only to do good. I have no reason to cause a ruckus and mess up the world any more than it's already messed up. That's what dark witches do. That's what bad witches do. I am not one of those, okay? So Don't be afraid to pick up a book and read what it's about if you're really that curious. It doesn't mean you're doing it. It doesn't mean you're saying you're a witch. If you're afraid that your friends are going to see you doing it and go, oh, that's witchcraft. That's evil. That's wrong. No, it's not. It's only wrong and evil if it's used that way. My mom, for the longest time, she wasn't even sure what it was all about. She was kind of thinking along the lines that it was evil and that I was conjuring demons in her backyard. 1, I'm not that stupid. 2, that's extremely dangerous. 3, I have no reason to conjure a demon. Because 4, the price you pay for conjuring a demon is not worth it. Because anything they promise you, it's a lie. Because even though you may get it, and you're thinking, well, if I get it, then how is it a lie? The lie is in the price that you will pay later. It's all about the souls, people. That's the real power. That's what the dark ones go after. They go after the weakest link. They go after the ones that they feel that they have the greatest chance of manipulating and getting to cross over to the dark side. They don't care if it's a child. They don't care if it's a teenager. They don't care if it's somebody in their 90s. If they're vulnerable enough and open-minded enough about it, then they can be influenced by those energies. And I, for one, am not. I try to teach people how to protect themselves against it. Do I ask for money in doing so? No, I do not. Because that's what the dark ones tend to do. A lot of times they will dazzle the glittering prize in front of you, make you think you're going to get it. You give up your soul and then you don't get it. And now you've lost your soul. Is it worth it? No. I don't care how great you think that glittering prize is. It's not worth it. It is not worth it. Okay? Times are tough? Absolutely. People are struggling all over the world. I'm one of them. Am I asking for money? No, I'm not. Okay? I'm just trying to help. That's all I'm trying to do. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that's going to be like, oh, this is BS. Okay, fine. It's BS to you. Just don't come to my channel then. Because I'm not here to dish out BS. There's enough of that going on in the world already. I don't need to add to it. And I'm not a BSer. I will tell you the truth straight up. If you want me to do a spell for you, well, it depends on the spell. If it's something dark, I won't do it. If you have questions about the dark side and how it works, I might be able to answer some questions to a point, but I will not teach dark magic. I won't. I have had it used against me. I know how it works. And I won't do it. A good example is if you've ever seen the movie Witchboard and Witchboard 2. Perfect example right there. To break it down, first they will gain your trust. They will pretend to be your best friend. They will give you things. They will help you find something that you lost that's absolutely precious to you and you never thought you'd find it again. Then they will terrorize you in ways you can't even possibly imagine. And if they terrorize you enough, they break through your walls, they find a way in, and then comes the big number 3 that you don't want. They will possess you. And if they possess you, then you are not you anymore. And depending on the strength and the level of the demon or the dark one, you might not come out of it. You might not be savable. And then what have you really gained? Nothing. Nothing. You've lost your soul. You've lost your life. You've lost everything because you were naive, stupid, thought you could handle it, did it, and it blew up in your face. Sorry to be a blunt bitch about it, but sometimes you have to be to get the point across because some people out there just don't get it. Okay? Well, my friend says that. I don't care what your friend says. Do they have 32 years of magic under their belt? Are they a very high witch, a high seasoned witch, a high level witch? No, probably not. I am. I've been doing it for 32 years. I know some shit, okay? I'm not saying I know everything because I don't know that I would want to know everything. But if it's something I'm meant to know or something I need to know, then yeah, I'll know it. I'll read about it. I'll research it. I'll go into a meditation. I'll cast a spell to help my mind reach that certain area so that I can develop that knowledge. Doesn't mean I'm going to use it against somebody. If anything, I'm going to use it to help myself, to protect myself, and to protect innocent people, and to protect those that I love and care about. And they don't always have to be living. They can be living or dead, human or non, because I have all of those. I have living people that I love and care about. I have dead people I love and care about. I have pets that I've lost that I care about. Their spirits are still around me. I mean, I'm not saying they're around me all the time because maybe not, but I mean, I've seen them in my dreams once in a while because sometimes that's the easiest way for them to come to me and let me know that they're, hi, it's kind of their way of saying, hi, how you doing? I'm still here. Hadn't seen you in a while, wanted to come by. When you're awake and you're in this realm, it's a lot harder for them to come through because of the amount of energy they would have to be able to draw upon to be able to show themselves in a physical manner to where you could actually see them with your eyes open, not sleeping. When you're asleep and your mind is at rest and your body is at rest, then they can come to you in your dreams because that doesn't take near as much energy as when you're awake. There is some absolute definite truth about, and this is a Star Wars reference, but it's very true. I am a Star Wars fan, love it dearly, love all the movies. Don't know if I've seen all of them because every time I turn around, they're coming up with a new one. Not that that's a bad thing. I think it's great that, they're bless them. They're trying to keep it going because there's really that many fans out there. Don't ever choose the quick and easy path. And anybody that offers you the quick and easy path, run the other way. Don't get out of it. Don't, because the quick and easy path leads to the dark side. Is it the dark side? Not necessarily, but it can lead to it very easily because say somebody promises you the quick and easy path and it's not evil. It's not. How do you know it's not? Do you know that person? Or did you just happen to see a video they did online and you decided to take a chance and now before you know it, or when it's too late, and it's cost you greatly and you don't even know the cost yet, you find out that it's a dark one and that they're just using you, they're just controlling you, they're manipulating you, and they're only doing it for their own selfish gain. They don't care about you. They care about themselves, and they care about getting that power because they think that they're more deserving of it than anybody else. And if they have that attitude, then that to me is a dark one because they're going to get into stuff that's going to be the stuff you don't want to get into because it is that dark and it can lead to somebody's death. I have seen countless stories. I have read countless books where it has cost people their lives. It's cost them their souls. They get possessed by these evil spirits, these dark ones, and, their body might be walking around, but they're not them anymore. They're just gone. And then they start taking other lives. And that's like the worst of the worst. So, I think he's back. Yeah. So, I guess I'm just going to keep this one short this time. I just wanted to get on here and do something kind of quick because, I felt like it and I'm trying to get back into doing it a little more often, but I'm also trying to experiment with doing shorter live streams so I don't feel like that I'm going on, endlessly about stuff that I really don't. I need to do the short, sweet, to the point version more. But there are others that I've done where I've been on here for several hours. So blessed be. Hope to come check my channel out. Hit the like button, hit the bell icon, join the channel. It's free to do so. I just consider my channel Janet's random channel or random universe or whatever you want to call it because I do random stuff. Sometimes I do, like I did the cards and the books. Sometimes I might read out of some of my books. Sometimes I actually do rituals. I do live streams when it's holidays are going on, you know? So I hope that this has helped some people. I hope it's reached some people. I hope I got 2 new followers, the ladies that came on Halloween, blessed be. And I guess I'll see you next live. Be safe, y'all. No, Brooke didn't get on or anything. It was just